We are live, everybody. Welcome in. TV Sports 27 college football game number 6. Game 6 for us, for BYU, game number 7. We are still undefeated. We have not lost a game in, 2.5 years or so. I'd have to look. I think I probably said on a previous stream, when is the last time we lost? I have to look in the documents here. We have not lost in a very, very long time. However, we have been struggling our way through some victories. You can see our total offense, our rushing offense. We have been having just quite a time. Defense remains dominant, but we got an in-state rivalry. We're battling over the boot here. And we've had a bit of a quarterback controversy. We'll kind of address it going into this game. But you can see, you're looking at it and you're wondering where the struggle's been. We had the big win over North Texas, but that involved a quarterback benching, the close game against Air Force. And for a number one team, it's not quite just been smooth sailing as you would think that it should be. So the committee, they dropped us down. They put us at number 2 as we go up against BYU in this one. As you can see, their losses on the season. So we'll see, can we have an impressive performance on the road against a rival? It is a rivalry game, so why don't we, let's get the unis here. No music, by the way. I found out that the music in this game is copyright claim music, so I got a copyright hit on the NCAA music, which I never had before, so I guess that's like a thing. So because this is a little bit of a rivalry game, we're going to get the black unis out for this one against BYU. And for BYU, I think they also have... Let's see what they... Let's shuffle it up and see what they land on as far as choices. We're going to see and random it up and stop. Ooh, they're going to go black too. Are they going to do their own blackout while we're doing a blackout? Let's see what it lands on. I like to just shuffle them. With college football, you have all these choices. Ooh, maybe they're going to do a whiteout at home. That's kind of interesting. They can go white at home. One thing, though, if you follow me on Twitter, yeah, they're going to go white out at home. So one thing that they're not going to do is wear white socks. If you guys follow me on Twitter, you know that's a trend in college football, or not college football, in the NFL that I'm very sad about, teams wearing white socks or socks that match their pants. Go read my rants. Follow me on Twitter, TV Sports 27. So that's kind of an interesting uni matchup here. So on our side... We're still going to do the black and red, but now we're going to wear the black jersey and black pants. There you go. So we're both kind of going blackout style here in this one for this rivalry game. So thank you guys for tuning in. Of course, as always, we got to plug our social medias. Follow along with us. We're streaming live on Twitch, so twitch.tv/TBSports27. YouTube, that's where you can get all the on-demand stuff. We'll let you know when these episodes are going to go up on YouTube. Twitter, of course, that's where you can follow us, get our day-to-day thoughts, and chat along with us. And then you can support the channel. Patreon, Streamlabs, if you want to get a message up on screen during our Twitch stream. Streamlabs is the place to go if you want to support the channel. Ko-Fi is the place. Ko-Fi, that's the place to go. Thank you again, our Patreon supporters that have signed up and supported us up to this point. We cannot thank you guys enough. You guys help keep this channel going, so we appreciate you. Now it's on to Utah, BYU. A couple of interesting unis coming out here. So these episodes are going to come out January 8th and January 9th, 2024. So if you don't want to wait until then we encourage you guys, patreon.com/TBSports27 to get the episode early and ad-free, or join us live right here on Twitch as we're streaming it with you guys. As a reminder as well, we are on call with my work, so... If the phone rings, we're going to have to put a pause to the stream, put a pause to the episode, but that's kind of what we're in right now. That's why we plug our different social medias. If you can help turn this into a full-time gig, we can just stream and pump out all the episodes with you. But you get at least an episode a day on YouTube, and we try to stream at least 3 to 4 times a week when we can. But we could hopefully go a little more if we can get those numbers up. So subscribe, thumbs up, follow along. And let's see if we can get our #1 ranking back. And let's see if we can knock off a rival in the process. So we talked about quarterback controversy. Andrew Cross, we're going to stick with him. We made the change. I wouldn't say that it made too much of a big difference. Cross has been the guy. He won us a national championship last year. We're going to stick with him. Hopefully a little bit of time on the bench, which that happened his freshman year. We'll kind of wake him up a little bit. So undefeated this year, undefeated last year. The last time the Utah Utes took a loss was way back in, what game is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. In Game 7, 2 seasons ago against Nebraska. So that is how long it has been since the last time the Utes took a loss, 42 to 29. So let's, like I said, hopefully get back in #1. We'll keep an eye down below and see if we have any upsets and have a chance to move up in the rankings here. Robinson, your quarterback for the Cougars of BYU, who is in the Big 12 here. And they find themselves on a 3rd down and 3. Let's go defense. Defense. Washington and Boise. That brings back flashbacks of earlier this season. Big time blowout as a Boise State fan. That was an upsetting game. We got Central Michigan taking the early lead over the Michigan Wolverines. And we hold BYU to a 3-and-out. So our defense continues to remain dominant, and that's what may help us get through. I would dare say even the last couple of seasons we have not had the most dominant offense, but our defense is what has been keeping us in these games. So Newton bringing it upfield, and that is where we will see Andrew Cross head back out as we get a look at the mountains here at Brigham Young University. And there he is, Andrew Cross. So 1st and 10. Davis will go in motion. Go heavy to the outside. Bill Bradford with the handoff. Oh, man, we just needed a nice little block there from number 80, and we're probably looking at a touchdown, huh? Oh, that block, if he could have come back and made that block, that might have been it. But that is quite the start for the Utah Utes. This is my strongest team, I think, out of all my... I mean, the Denver Broncos have gotten up there. But of all my franchise teams, the Marlins, the Diamondbacks, the Broncos, we're playing with the Washington Commanders now, I think the Utah Utes have to go down as the strongest, or at least the most consistently strongest of all the teams. Andrew Cross, and starting it off with a little screen pass, so trying to build up the confidence of Andrew Cross, and a 1st down for Bill Bradford. So we're moving the ball. Well, the Utah defense suffered that 3-and-out. Coach Radamus says, watch that cover 3. See what we got here. Play fake. And Cross nearly intercepted. That's exactly what we do not want to see after we gave him the vote of confidence to get back in there. There's the handoff, and he just gets popped, does Bradford. So 3rd and 6. Obvious passing situation here. And we'll see if Andrew Cross can deliver. Sneaks it in. It is completed to Jermaine Cox, but not going to be enough for the 1st down. So here comes the field goal attempt, 45 yards. And Richardson's kick is no, it is no good. So we're kind of continuing, and it may have gotten tipped or just fell short. 45, so Right back to, I suppose, where we were. Bit of a struggle here. They're going to go a screen pass out to Scruggs. James Scruggs.
That makes it 2nd and 10.
It's a great name. Scruggs. Second down and 10 for the Utes. Finding open man, getting those receptions down, but they're just not picking up the chunks of yards, are they here? We named this stream here on Twitch, Help Us Reach Our Goal. We're trying to get those follower numbers. We're doing good on YouTube, but those Twitch numbers, our goal. Let's see if we can't add another 50 followers here. We passed the 100 mark. Let's see if we can get half of that in this stream, huh? See if we can make that happen. So hit the follow button if you're watching this on YouTube. Hit the subscribe button, hit the thumbs up. Come back for more. Newton on the return just gets tripped up. Maybe we just need to turn into a triple option offense. I tried that one time. My old coach, the one at Troy, when I went to Ole Miss, the SEC, I turned Ole Miss into a triple option offense. And it did not work out too well. It was very tough to pull off in NCAA 12, the triple option. So I ended up abandoning it. But I wanted to try something different in the SEC because I was kind of inspired by every time Alabama would play a triple option team, like a Georgia Southern or something. They would always it would always be the most yards. Like there was one year where, like, Alabama's national championship team, the team that scored the most points on Alabama that season was Georgia Southern, who scored 21. So I wanted to kind of try to bring that into the SEC, but it didn't quite work out there. We had an FCS upset there. Maybe we can say Eastern Washington, because that's my favorite FCS team. They beat UNLV. Go Eagles. Arkansas, that's the big one that's coming up. Non-conference battle in a couple of weeks. Arkansas and Utah in a top 10 matchup, assuming it'll still be a top 10 matchup by the time we get there. That's going to be, man, every once in a while, you schedule the non-conferences. I guess sometimes you want to, for the fans, you want to get a good game. You don't want all blowouts, but in this case, that was one. Man, Cross just doesn't have the zip to get it in there. That's why we're sitting at number 2 despite not having lost in, I suppose, 2 years, because it was Game 7, we're on Game 5 here. So if you mix and match those seasons, there we go. That's perfection right there. That's like 2 consecutive years. Encompassed over 3 years that we've gone without losing a game. The give up the middle to Bill Bradford. 6-yard carry for Bradford.
That'll make it 2nd and 4.
Double tight, guys, double tight. 4 down, 4 down. Hey, watch that.
Pistol formation for Utah. Lined up here, giving it to Bradford, trying to bounce outside, cuts back inside. And the Cougars, beautiful job of setting the edge. The beautiful edge that they set right there. And we find ourselves 3rd down and 3 here. Look at that, they got plenty of linebackers all set. Cross to the outside to Baldwin, and that was well read by Andrew Cross, recognizing that BYU was kind of stacked with linebackers right across the middle there, and bouncing it to the outside to pick up that 1st down. So here we go. See if we can pound it on 1st and goal. Davis is going to come in to be the heavy and untouched into the end zone. Aaron Price, and that's usually how we do it, right? Bill Bradford and everyone gets us down the field, and then you give it to Aaron Price, and he punches us in. Touchdown, Utes. Extra point is good. 14-0 OK State over North Texas.
The Utah Utes is lined up for the kickoff.
For those of you that have been along with us, I know we kind of lost some of the OG footage to time, unfortunately. Those of you that know. But it's good to at least get some of this stuff on tape. Hopefully it'll stay on tape, because this has been one of my dominant franchises, even more dominant than Troy. I only won 2 national titles with Troy, and we got 2 of them here, or 4 of them with Utah, rather. Looking for number 5. Robinson this time finally going deep for the first time. There's our guy Scruggs. Scruggs coming down with it. That was a pretty heavy contested, heavy congested area for him to be throwing that ball up there. Robinson, draw play to Andrews, who gets pulled down to the turf.
That makes it 2nd and 6.
Robinson to Richardson.
Richardson with the reception. Well, he takes the tackle at the 48-yard line.
All right, can we get another stop here? Should we just blitz them? I kind of want to just put the heat on them. We're going to blitz them, see what happens. It's either going to burn us. You're getting the inside scoop here. The communication, we're going to blitz them, bring the all out. Does he recognize it? He does get rid of it, and it's a first down. Oh, wait, I think we put a hand on him. I think we knocked him around a little bit, but he does get the first down, so he read it. Cougars answering this drive here, now up past midfield. Robinson to Hogan. Hogan left open, they did give him the first down. Cosmo Cougar, I followed him for quite some time on Facebook. I think I finally unfriended him or unfollowed him, but I had a run there where I was following all the different mascots, and then he started posting a lot, and then it was like clogging up the old timeline there. So we hit the unfollow on Cosmo, but he was entertaining for a time, certainly. Robinson 9 of 10 so far in this one, so he's been, like we said, completing the passes. Hasn't necessarily been picking up the yards until this play. And this time, Robinson looking for the option play. Dragged down, and that is going to be the end of quarter number 1 here. As the time will tick away, the BYU Cougars, they're within striking distance. They are driving. They're trailing 7-0 against number 2 in the country, defending national champs. They want to bring the boot home. We find ourselves once again in a 3rd and 5 situation. Richardson just gets the first down, turns upfield, gets the first. Kind of the streaming schedule I'm looking at doing, at least for the next couple of months here, is because football, you can usually knock out a game of football in an hour. And obviously, as we said, we're still doing full-time work here, and I assume I'll be doing it for a long time unless, this thing really pops off here. But I don't have time during the week to stream when you got a full-time job as part of it. So looking at a Tuesday, Thursday, which is usually our streaming time, to maybe do football, because you can knock that out in about an hour. Possibly some Tom Brady baseball, because that's another thing you can knock out in an hour or so. And then saving the weekend for our Tears of the Kingdom, WWE Universe mode, stuff like that. I did play, as I said, a little bit of Tears of the Kingdom this past weekend off camera. You guys didn't miss too much, and actually it's probably better that I didn't stream the in-between stuff. I kind of mentioned that I'm going to go around, and there's a third down stop, so we let them get down the field, but stop them on third. I did mention that we were going to play a little bit off camera until we get to the Gerudo area in the game. And I played a little bit off camera, but it was a big struggle because I don't know if the enemies are just harder in this game or what, but I feel like it's 1 or 2 shots and you immediately get killed. Because that happened a lot while I was playing this weekend, where I would get into a fight, even those little robot guys, I would get into the fight and they would just take you out. Look at this, Newton. Does he have the speed down the sideline? No, he gets pushed out of bounds. They were just taking me out. Like one, 2 shots, boom, done. So one tower that I did end up getting was the tower that's, if you've played Tears of the Kingdom, the tower that's covered in snow, where you have to go into the cave and ascend up. I did that one. I didn't do any shrines. I didn't find any shrines. And actually, it was really hard to kind of find the tower that was under snow. I found the lights finally in the distance, but it took a while. So this was definitely not a smooth run. So it's probably good that I did not stream that part, but I am high up in the sky is where I left it, and we'll see. I don't know. I assume there's a shrine up here, but there's like a pond of water way up high. If you guys even know, if you could picture in your head, those of you that have played Tears of the Kingdom, it's the snow tower, the one that's buried in snow, and it launches you up, and you're in the sky, and there's a little puddle of water, but I'm not sure what to do beyond that. So if you guys know what to do, I'll take a little tips, a little advice ski in the chat or so down below. Oh, wrong button there. 4th and 5 from the 34. That's a go for it situation, right? What would the point be of doing a punt? Unless you took like a delay of game and backed yourself up, but Andrew Cross delivered that time. There you go. We got a freshman, Jacob Davis. How about it? Michigan and Central Michigan having a brawl. How about a they're having a battle right now. Play fake. Cross. Looking. And it's knocked out of bounds. Big 12 action here. BYU and Utah. Which we put both these teams, by the way, in the Big 12 before they did it in real life. If you guys have been following us. We've been in the Big 12 for a couple years now, and we did that because we kind of felt like, well, we went over it a little bit a couple streams ago, but we kind of felt like we did all we can do in the Pac-12. We had done it all. We had won all these consecutive championships, and honestly, I just wanted to switch up the opponents because I had been looking. There we go. That was a beauty. Jason Newton only need 1 foot down. As we talked about, I was looking at maybe taking the LSU job, but they were coming off a 1-11 season. And how do you justify leaving a team that's winning national championships hand over fist, 4 of them in 20 seasons that we've been doing it, for a team that's 1-11? Oh, that's in, right? That's gotta be in. That's gotta be Kane.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
All right. Whew. See, this game, it's not like Madden. There was actually a chance they overturned these things, where with Madden, it's like it's extremely obvious which way the challenge is gonna go. Yeah, LSU, that wasn't going to be an option, even though I thought about it for a time. And to switch it up, just, like I said, we had kind of just been dominating the Pac-12 a little bit, so we switched it up to say, hey, in this Big 12 out here, Texas, Nebraska, Oklahoma, in this version of the game, obviously Nebraska in real life, Big 10, and they're not too dominant. But we might play around with it because I don't know how many more seasons we'll do before the new game comes out. I want to at least try to get 1, maybe 2 more in before the new game comes out. But would it be interesting to kind of shuffle up the conferences one more time? Now, it's going to be harder, right? Because a lot of the teams we have now, like your Coastal Carolinas or your Charlottes or what are some of the new teams? James Madison. They are not in the game. So trying to make all these super conferences might be harder, but would it be interesting to see how Texas and Oklahoma do in SEC and move some other teams around like Central Florida or whatever. But then I don't know what we would do with the Pac-12 because I don't think you can have a conference less than 4 teams. And you can't just destroy a conference, so there might have to be some kind of concession of Pac-12 teams in this game or something. We'll play around with it. We'll see. Or we'll just leave it as it is. Either way, BYU, 3 and out. Forget about it.
Returns the punt.
14-3, your score here, number 2. Ranked Utah Utes trying to get that number 1 ranking back. Bill Bradford, look at that spin move. He's having quite a heavy day rushing the football. The big heavy up front, 10 carries, 63 yards. He's doing a lot better than our Washington Commanders running back. Be on the lookout Thursday. I don't know what we'll play. They're more college football or NFL 2K5. Madden 20 will need to make a return at some point because we need to get some more Denver Broncos. We need to make the Denver Broncos look good since they've had quite the tumultuous season this year. Our Broncos team, back-to-back Super Bowls for the first time since the late 90s. Trying to get a third. Andrew Cross had nowhere to go. He ate that sack. He ate it like, look at this, untouched. Baker came through and just realized, yep, going down. So now Cross has got to flex the muscle and go deep here. Cross. Nope. That happens so much with him. I don't know if it's just arm strength or what, but it's so often his ball throwing is you know, I don't want to get copyright or I don't want to get demonetized here, but his throwing, it's, oh, we got a fumble. No, he picked it up. It's often it falls short, and we got to figure out how to get some giddy up in that throw of his. Hanging in the pocket, takes a shot and delivers a bullet to Trevor Harris. Robinson, completion percentage looking good on his end. We have not had too much pressure on him, but even in the face of pressure, he delivers. Well, Oklahoma State beating up North Texas like we did last year. As a reminder, as we're closing in on the end of the second quarter, for those of you that watch us on YouTube, episode 2 will come your way tomorrow, same time, 12 noon Eastern. For those of you that watch with us live on Twitch or catch the VOD replay on Patreon, stay right where you are because the second half will come your way in just a couple of minutes. So don't go. There's the old BYU logo back there. So don't go anywhere if you're watching on Twitch or on Patreon. If you're watching on YouTube, tomorrow it'll be up, or if you're watching on YouTube in the future, it might be already up and you just go to the next video on the playlist. We will also be doing our post-game show, which will be over on our Patreon page. A little bonus for our Patreon supporters, patreon.com/tvsports27. We do a little post-game show, about 10 to 15 minute show over on Patreon, where we look at all the scores from the week in college football, see any upsets, check the polls, look at the recruiting, do all that kind of stuff. So for the hardcore fan, that is the video for you, and it's going to be over on our Patreon page. So do check out the Game 6 post-game report. Maybe we, I don't know, we get Pat McAfee on or something. Can I do a Pat McAfee impersonation? Minute 15 here, BYU in striking distance. Quentin Andrews, and we got ourselves a timeout called here. The give is to Andrews, cuts inside, and the Cougars with their first touchdown of the game, and they put a little bit of pressure on number 2 now. They kind of took our defense for a ride, and there's a minute 03, so obviously time, but this is not the high-powered offense as evidenced by the rankings in the 100s. This continues to be the battle to watch between Central Michigan and Michigan. What a bleak time for Wolverine fans to see your team 1-4. But they're putting on a fight against 4-1 Central Michigan here. So Andrew Cross, he's got to figure out a way to go 80 plus yards here in a minute 05. But BYU's only got 1 timeout, so one thing we got to think about, too, if things start to fall apart here, we can maybe try to run some clock down. That's a good start. Bowling Green and Ohio State going at it. Bowling, our former offensive coordinator, I don't know if he's still the head coach of Bowling Green, but became the head coach of Bowling Green. And then we scheduled him in a 2-for-1. Oh, my God, and it's intercepted, where we played 2 hosts to Bowling Green, and then we went to Bowling Green, and they beat us in one of those games. And Andrew Cross, again, just the underthrow. If he leads his man and gets that one down the field, what do we got to do to get that arm strength up? That's been the biggest knock on him, and he is one of our highest recruited quarterbacks. That's kind of the reason we were going to hang up the coaching headset here, just because we had done so many seasons with Utah, but then we landed this big recruit, and I kind of wanted to see what he could do. Obviously, we got a national championship out of it, so it's not like it's been a failure, you know what I mean? But this is his 3rd year, and these same struggles that we've seen with arm strength and accuracy continue to be there with Andrew Cross. Maybe we'll go down as one of the most polarizing quarterbacks in Utah history, a guy that they're winning plenty, right? But Cougars will not go for it. I mean, you could do a Hail Mary in this situation. We'll see, though. Maybe we gotta do some different schemes. Do more screen passes. Do something. Can we get him out of the pocket some more? Don't know. That is going to be the end of this episode. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. As always, follow along with us. Help support the channel. Help us meet our goal. Check us out on all our different social media. The left side of the screen is all the different social medias you can follow along with us. The right side of the screen is how you can support the channel financially, help us grow. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and we'll see ya for the second half. We'll catch you guys in the next one. Thanks for tuning in, everybody.